Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we're still working on the Scooby-Doo van. And last episode we fixed an oil leak, a major water leak, some other little stuff. And I think today we're going to work on this front end. I've ordered a bunch of stuff. Some weather stripping stuff, actually some white paint. Just a gallon of white paint with hardener for 89 bucks off of eBay, acrylic enamel. Now I haven't decided what color I'm going to paint this yet, or colors, but we're going to just paint all the inside white. Okay, all these doors, it's not going to. Anyway, all these doors areas here, probably the dash, stuff like that, all these jams, and the roof, we're going to paint it all white. I got new weather stripping here. I want to put that on, but I can't put it on until I sand and prime and paint all these door jams. Now, I didn't order the exact window felt stuff and belt moldings, but I got some for a truck. We should be able to make it all work. Got it all, I think, except for the vent window rubber. That's all coming. Yeah, we'll have to do these doors. It's going to be a bunch of work doing that. So that's what I got the white for. We'll paint all that. I think a gallon will do it. I didn't get any weather stripping for these doors. I'm not too worried about them yet, or the back doors. But, you know, we got to fix this. But mainly it's the two front doors. I want to keep the water out. We're trying to seal it up here now. So I ordered, now this windshield, you can probably see it better from the inside. You see this white haze all the way around it. It's not cracked or chipped or nothing, but it looks shitty around the edges. I don't know if these windows are available for these vans to buy them new. They might be. But what we do need is this window rubber, and I ordered that. This stuff is hard as a rock. You can see it's all shrunk up. There's an opening there. We got to fix this pillar right here is the main objective to keep, to be able to work on the electrical stuff here, because that is just leaking water down into here, right on the fuse block, and it's all rusty. I went with electrical tester, tested it, it's getting power. But we got to take off the thing, little screws here, and take this out and clean it up. See how bad the back is, and clean it all up, kind of test it. But we can't do that till we get the water leak fixed. Because there's no use cleaning it and then having water. And it friggin' rained last night. So we're going to do this up, so we're going to fix that. And this area here, but of course there's no fuse block below that, so that's not that important. But this one is. So we'll fix both of them while we're at it. Like I said, this thing is hard as a rock. And I'm not going to take the window out right now and leave it out, because then again it'll get all water in it, or I'll have to cover it up with plastic, and that'll blow off in the wind and get water in it anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little the cutting wheel and cut this, try to cut this section out, like from there to there. I know it goes, it's wrapped this way, and then it wraps around on the inside here. So trying to get this out, I don't know. But it doesn't have to be perfect in there because the new rubber will cover that up, and you know, cover way up in there. So if we can get it cut from here, just the outside from here to here, and that way we can get some metal in there and weld it, and then you know, this will be easier to weld. Okay, so this is the objective here. As you can see, it's all caved in here, all caved in all the way up to here. Exactly where it was hit, it looks like it was hit right along this body line right here. Hit something right there, pooched all this out, and then of course this is all caved in here. You have to get this off, take the license plate off, signal lights off, probably these bezels here. I already had this one off to check the light connection, because that's one thing. Some stuff works, ignition, wipers, but the headlights don't come on. Probably something to do with the wiring going to the fuse block. The wires go up underneath the dash across here into that fuse block. So that's mainly what we got to fix. This bumper looks like it's all pushed out. They must have ran over something and then backed up. I got my big sledgehammer here. I think we're going to give that a few whacks in here. See if we can straighten that out. Okay, we got the cover. Last episode we took this cover off. It was all mangled up, and I beat the hell out of it. Some hammers and dollies and stuff. Got it pretty straight. Nobody sees it, but it's up underneath there though. Something's cut out of here, but that's where the air goes up to the radiator. That's the other thing I got ordered from this. We started fixing all the water leaks, and the radiator started leaking here. Had a little crack in it. Put some JB weld putty on there. Then it was all springing the leaks under here. Hell of a time trying to find a radiator for this. You look it up, and they keep saying that it fits the same as a pickup, and it's not. The pickups are 34 inches long. This is only 19. Hell of a time trying to find one. Started looking at universal radiators and found a couple, a little bit off. So I got the closest one. It's for 49 to 54 Chevrolet. And it's the closest dimensional one that'll it'll take a little bit to make it fit, bracket wise, to mounting wise, and then it's got the same radiator thing at the bottom, but the middle comes out here. So I bought a thermostat housing. I bought two. I bought one that comes this way, which ain't gonna work because it'll hit the fan, and I got one that comes straight up. And the new radiator, we're probably gonna have to mount it up a little bit, clear the fan, or we could get a smaller fan or electric fan or something. But anyway, we need the radiator hose going from here right to here, and that we're gonna have to make it work. It could probably go up a little bit. God, I don't know, that much. Can probably go up another inch or so. We're gonna have to figure it out. Anyway, got all that coming. All this stuff is probably not going to come for this video, during this video, so it'll be another episode. This is the factory antenna. It's all mangled up. We'll probably just get an aftermarket one and possibly just put it on the roof or something. Have to check around for these lenses. I haven't looked at them yet. They're all kind of crappy. And then these side ones are all kind of crappy. I think these ones are the same as the 70s fans. Those and the rear ones. See, that's all. They're all screwed up. Hopefully they're not too much. We can get all them. Don't know about them ones, but we'll try to get all them. Well, you know, I need probably need tail light lenses too. They're not busted up or nothing, but reverse lights kind of are. I'll look all them up at the same time later. Not right now. Got a lot of other stuff to work on. But anyway, we'll take these ones off for now. Should probably take the bumper off, but we'll see. Okay, let's get up underneath here and take a peek. That's where that big old cover went. We're gonna pour 15 all this area here. That's some old bondo right there. Okay, last episode put on 2 new heater hoses, but we didn't have it running long before. See, this radiator's probably all leaking here too. It looks like the original one. That's where it's leaking from. I think the front and the back up there. And I didn't want to keep patching it. She's shot. The new one I got's aluminum, so it's like 60%, run 60% cooler. And like I said, there's 2 bolts on each end here. Okay, this bottom, it's not held on. It's not mounted at the bottom. That's just a little bracket that holds that cover there. Okay, so I don't know. You can see that emblem up there. I'm going to try to reach up there and undo the bolts for that. Maybe I can get a pry bar in there to push that out. It'll be right up in here. But if not, we can, has to be pulled right in here. And pull that, bang that in, and maybe this will come out. But if not, we got the V4 spot welder puller deal there, and we'll use that. But I don't think you can do big pulls on it. You know what I mean? Because it just welds itself like to here, and you pull it. If you want a big bam to pull some of this out, I'm probably going to have to drill some holes and use my regular big screw-in puller, pull the hell out of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and then see, it's just caved in from there to there. And we're straighten or grind it all down, all the rust and everything off, grind it, sand it, and then get the some body filler and a lot of hand sanding around these edges to get all that crap out of there and this grill. I know mainly we want this dent and this fixed, but you can't just prime over this. You just spend hours and hours and hours sanding it all and prepping it and then prime it. Okay, well, let me get the cutting wheel and see if I can cut this here, and underneath there without breaking the windshield, because I don't think I can get it with a knife. I'll try it. It is so friggin' hard. But yeah, let me get this out of the way. There's no way around of you know, putting a piece of metal and welding it in there without getting this out of the way. So let me try that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I cut the rubber off with the knife out of here, and it cut it pretty easy. Okay, really should take the whole window out. Take the whole window out, you're gonna have to cut it right here. But like I said, it's 20% chance of rain tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and all that shit. So see, it's got a rust hole right there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna weld this up now, but later on, you can see some rust in there on the lip. We'll take the whole window out and clean up all that area and rust treat it and all that stuff. But just for now, we want to weld up this hole. You can see the wires here. These wires here are for the back tail lights, and they go up through this pillar, and they're right here underneath this lip, and they go all the way back down them tail lights. So okay, so you can see here it's flush, and then it goes in here, and this pillar sticks way out. I'm pretty sure that's the way the factory is. It's got a pretty good gap there. Well, it's a little tight here, but the other side's the same way. Pretty good gap there. Here, flush, and then it goes in. And this is actually more hitting the door here. It's more in right in this corner. So yeah, this is in, this is out. That's the way it's supposed to be, I imagine. So yeah, we're gonna bang this in here and get that a little bit better door gap. Same on the other side when we get to that. So we'll just cut off a little bit here for now, and then I got a piece of metal here. This is pretty thick metal from that 77 Malibu. I should probably get some off a newer car, be thinner, easier to work with, but might be better. I'll just use the thick stuff. So as you can see here, it comes up. It's got a little lip there, little indentation there, and then down there. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to weld a piece of metal. There's some old bondo right here. I started sanding this out by hand, and then I just blew all the dust and stuff out of there. We're going to have to grind all this out. There's some old bondo there. We're going to get a piece of metal from here up to here and weld it in first, and then get a piece of metal and shape it along here, probably right down to about here, and tack that in there. I said it won't be a very good job until we get the window out, and then we'll work that lip once the window is out later on. But for now, we'll get this piece and then this lip piece in there. And what we can do in the meantime, when I get this done and in primer, what we'll do is we'll just get a little silicone. What would I do with it? I didn't throw it out. When we're done, I'm going to get a little silicone and jam in there and put this back in there. Just how, you know, maybe a month or so before I get around to taking the windshield out. That'll be, you know, when it's ready to paint type thing. Okay, so that's just kind of not the best way of doing it, but that's the way we're going to do it for right now. Okay, like I said, let me cut this, grind this, get a piece of metal cut out, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I kind of got it cut out and ground down a little bit. You can see the brazing. This is, I guess, after leading. When they started into brazing and bondo. You can see braze there. There was some there. And anyway, that's where the factory joined the pillar to this. I would think, well, I was going to say the roof, but sometimes a pillar is part of this. But anyway, that's what it looks like, unless it was repaired before and somebody brazed it, but it's kind of hard to tell. There's 2 layers there. Don't know if that's factory. Anyway, that's just a little piece I cut out. So I made a little template of, we're just going to go over top of this a little bit. And I'll grind it down. I can smooth that out with bondo later. And I'm not gonna try to get it perfectly in there. And then we got a little lip right here for here. I banged this in a little bit, so we're gonna weld a little lip in there, and then we'll make this lip separate since it's curved. So we just want this curved line to match up with this. So I'm going to cut this out, trace it on a piece of metal, cut that out, and I'm going to leave the paint on the back side of it. So we'll need to trace this side, and then we can grind all this, but we'll leave the paint to protect it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got this little patch made here so far, so I'm just going to tack it there, trim this up a little bit better there, and bang this into shape. Just got a little lip to go there, and then we'll make this piece here and attach it to this. Then do a bunch of grinding. So yeah, let me get that tacked and make this piece, and I'll be back. Okay guys, that piece all welded in, made a little piece there, welded that in, and just kind of welded them together and kind of grinded to make this little groove here. Okay, and made this lip here. So what I'm going to do is get some of that rust neutralizer spray and just spray all this, and then just get a little bit of body filler and smooth that over a little bit. And then I think what we'll do, see, once the windshield's out, we can weld in that very lip there. It probably don't even need it anyway, but for now we're going to put a little silicone. Well, after we get some body fill sanded down, spray a little primer there, then we're just going to silicone this rubber back in there until we're ready to pull the windshield. But yeah, we need some rust neutralizer stuff on all this stuff here. Okay, so let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, this is the stuff I use. Sprayed some all over there. So we're gonna let that dry real good, and then put a little body fill. Like I said, as I stated in other videos, this whole front is not a hood. It doesn't open up, doesn't unbolt, or nothing like that. So that's why we gotta kind of fix it where it's at. It's all like welded in there, part of the body. Okay, when I come back, we'll put a little bondo on there, and then we'll start. I don't think I can get up under there. See how close it is to the firewall? I think we're just gonna pull it. We're gonna grind this area out here and start pulling, see what happens. If I need to get the big kahuna out here, I'll get that, start drilling some holes, then I'll just weld up the holes. These, I took this off, just had some barrel clips. There wasn't nuts on the end of it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got a little body fill in here. I'll have to sand it down and add a little bit more, and we'll smooth that out, prime it. Like I said, silicone rubber in there, keep the water out for now, and then until we're ready to paint the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna use a grinder here, and we're going to grind, like I said, right along that body line where we're going to pull it. So basically like that. So yeah, it's not gonna pop right out. There's a big deal there and there. It's more than one dent. It's kind of dented here, here. So yeah, it ain't just gonna pop out. So for now, we grind all this and this. This is all, you can see it all pushed out there, banged in there. See, yeah, I got hit right here and popped this. So we'll have to, yeah, we'll grind that and give that a little pull there. And pull up here and hit there with a hammer. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got you on the GoPro on the tripod. So we'll try the machine here. You got to ground it real good. I'll show you in a minute. I got it grounded. I grounded a few times before I found the right spot. So we're going to go right along this edge here. This is this is thick metal, probably way thicker than newer cars, so it don't move that easy. That's why I'm thinking this ain't gonna pull it. You have to use the big kahuna. Let me bang this up. Now the ground fell off. I'm gonna bang that in so this pops up, but put the ground back on. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. It's supposed to be flat right there. That needs to come out, way out. Yeah, sometimes you gotta clean these tips up or something. Oh, there we go. There's a good one. I love this tool. It works great. Yeah, see, she's kind of popping up. Oh, not bad. See, you can feel the high spot. You need to tap them down. Crease right here. There's a dent there. Get them creases out so it doesn't pop can it down back in there. There's a dent there. That's going to have to be pulled out. I don't know if you can see that. I can't see the back of the viewfinder. It goes dark after a few minutes. Right in here, here. I can't see the viewfinder. She's good there, but then here, all the way down to here. So this whole area. I have to do some more grinding here. Probably grind all this area here, and here a little bit more. It's yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna do some more grinding. Okay guys, back at it. I primered that little, sanded the bondo and primed that little spot up there. So now it's dark, but we got lights and cooler weather. Wasn't too hot today. It's like 80, 85, something like that. Okay, so we got to go right along this line here. Hopefully this will pop out. Try it. There she goes. There's like a bulb, or like a hit right directly there. That's where you gotta kind of get at to get it to pop. Okay, still gotta go along there. almost did. Right about in here. See it? So close. Got a little deal on there. Let's see if I can clean it a little bit. Okay guys, as that area primed, I'm going to put a little silicone, put that piece back in there. Okay, the battery ran out on the GoPro. That's pretty close there. Pretty close, but what I need to do is grind off all these little deals here that the machine left behind. There's the machine, by the way. The V4. What is it called? V4 spot weld puller deal. Yeah, so I'm just going to grind all that down again. Took a while to get this. This kept Coke canning down. Had to pull these out a little bit. But just trying to pull up the low spots and tap down the high spots. And I think it's a little bit high here. So I need to grind it all again. Get it nice and smooth and go over it. Find all the high and low spots and work them out. After that, we'll just put a skim of body filler over it. There's more dents. There's a dent there. There's a dent here. I pulled this one out a little bit, and it's kind of caved in around here. We'll just have to go over it. But let me grind that and work that. And then the rest of this, we're just going to DA down with 80 grit. Then spread some, spray some rust neutralizer. Get all this embedded rust. And let that dry, scuff it down, and prime it. But like I said, it's going to take a lot of sanding in these areas here. But I'll be back. Okay guys, I got her pretty damn close. Just need a skim or two of body filler on it. So yeah, I went over it, fine-tuned it. Low spots, banged in the high spots. And yeah, we're just gonna have to skim it. We'll wait till the morning now. It's getting kind of tired. So yeah, we'll skim that with body filler. Block her down tomorrow. I'll show you that. With the silicone, the piece of trim back in there. Like I said, I got a new one coming, but we're not going to do that till it's whole thing's ready to paint. Or we paint the front end. Or I'm going to paint the roof separate for sure. There's a big old dent right in the front there, but that's why I want to kind of paint that top white and just forget about it. It's so mangled up there. Yeah, if we do something like that, then we can do the roof, paint this, then do the windshield. But anyway, there's so much body work on this thing. Not really any rust other than on the inside on the floor, a couple little patches. But it's so dark here you can't really see, but there's so many dents And the paint, like I said, it's all, someone looks like they rolled on some house paint or something. So it needs to be all stripped down, the metal, all the dents and just crap all over it. And so yeah, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before the paint, but we got to get everything else done, all the mechanical. So we got the water. We got the water so it doesn't come in here anymore. So after we get this done, we'll get in there and do the fuse block, clean it up, see if we can save it. Might have to be replaced, but check all the wiring, mainly to the headlights. Try to get everything working. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, try to spread a little bondo. I sprayed some rust neutralizer on it last night and just sanded it down with 80 grit this morning. It's a new day. We're just going to put a skim over the whole area. Okay, I'm going to mix up some more and I'm going to mix up some more, spread it in here. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm just using the 80 grit on the DA and sanding off all this surface rust here while we're waiting for this to dry. When this dries a little bit, we're going to take the file to it, file some of it down. Okay, I'm going to take a cheese grater bondo file. Take a layer of this off. Before we sand it. Saves a bunch of time. See the low spots here? We're going to give it another skim over top of that before we start sanding it. Okay, we'll put another skim on there and we'll file it again. And then we'll start sanding. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I went over it with the GA with 80 grit. Just buzzed over it a little bit. It's going to need one more skim, but before we do that, I want to block her down because some 80 grit. This here comes up and it's got a curve right here. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging. We're going to have to kind of block it down, and then we're going to use a round deal there to try to form that little lip. But anyway, just gonna go over it, block her down. Yeah, we're just gonna use a cardboard tube like that. It comes in the rolls of DA paper. And then when we block this down, we're just gonna go like this, all along that edge there, like that. So anyway, let me do some sanding and I'll be back. Okay guys, got something to show you here. Another jump box. Fixing to check it out. The A68 Avapow jump starter. Built-in LED bright light. Okay, let me open it up and we'll test it out. Okay, comes in a case and a handle. It's really not that heavy. It's where you put in your cables, output. So you got to figure these are power packs too, so you can, you know, charge up your stuff with that phone and that. Okay, let's see where the power button. Is that it? Nope, there's the light. Flashes. And 4 bars on it, so it looks like it's charged up. Okay. There's the cables, there's the charging cord. Is that a... Okay, that's a little cover. Let's see if we can plug this in. Okay, does it have a... There must be a little boost button there. Okay. Oh, it's got the deal there. You can put in a adapter for using other stuff. Okay, well, let's go test it out, because all we got around here is dead batteries pretty much on most of these cars. I cashed 5 of them in. I got 2 dead ones there. And this one on the Nova's dead. It holds a little bit of a charge, not enough to start it or anything, but I'll show you how dead it is. A little bit of a, yeah, nothing. So we'll hook it up. Green light, come on. Maybe that's all it needs. Maybe you don't have to push the button, I don't know. Started right up. There it is. Need a jump box. there's one. I'll put a link and everything in the description. Yeah, everybody should close this hood. Everybody should have one. Just keep it in your car. You never know if you're gonna need it. Okay, guys. I'll be back. Okay, guys. Got her all blocked down in 80 grit. Pretty straight. I sprayed all this earlier with rust neutralizer. Fixing to scuff all that down. Blocked this with 180 grit. And that's all ready to prime. Sanded this little pillar here. Probably put a little bit more bondo in some pinholes. I say we're not trying to get it perfect right now. We're just, we'll do all that later. I don't know if I want to strip all this down or not right now. But anyway, or just mask it from here down and paint it. But I may take off the lenses and stuff. Take off this broken antenna. We can fix this later. We do the windshield because there's nothing, none of the water's in, leaks in there is going to bother anything. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, there it is. It's all in primer. Fixed a few little dings over here, but it's far from perfect. And all this, we'll weld these up later on when we do this. So it ain't completely done, but we got the big major dent fixed and the big major rust spot there fixed. So I think we'll leave it at that for this video. For all y'all that wanted to see me working, well, there you go. And a bunch of footage of the work being done, but it just takes up so much footage time. Okay, well, I think that'll be it for this video. You know what we need to do, just a ton of more work. So I'll be splitting the time between this and the 78 Hot Rod Nova. Sitting over there. And you know, it depends on when parts come in. I've got a bunch of stuff ordered from this, for this, and a bunch for the Nova. So whatever comes in, what we can get done in a video, then I'll do it, and then move on to the next one. Okay, guys, well, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner of the screen, just click that. Make sure you're subscribed, because you know some people are on YouTube, or not particularly on mine, but on others there, YouTube unsubscribes them for some reason, just glitchy. So make sure you are subscribed so you get notified of when a new video comes out. I try to make videos Fridays and Mondays. So yeah, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see y'all next video.